this bus too. Obviously, we're in the same. I'm gonna get a job today. My dad is somewhere overseas in the Marines, and not sure where, but I think it's somewhere hot. God, I miss him. I miss him a lot. I mean, we used to have a lot of fun, you know, together as a family. I mean, we write him letters now, and sometimes we even get some back, but it takes a long time. I wish I knew when he was home. Actually, I wish I knew how long he'd be away, so I knew when he was coming home. Now it's just me, my mom, and my little brother Justin, and he's young and does not know what's going on, and I am the man of the house. Good Lord, I've never thrown out the garbage so much in my life. I know my mom's worried. I mean, she pretends not to be, but I can tell. I think it's about money. She sits in front of a stack of letters. I think they're bills, and I can tell how worried she looks. I've got to help. I throw out the garbage every day for the rest of my life. I thought that would help. I heard my mom crying last night. I guess I'm not a very good man in the house. I'll have to try harder. The problem is I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm just a kid, and we used to argue about me wanting to be treated more like an adult, and I guess you have to be careful what you wish for. I never wanted my dad to leave for any of this to happen, but I guess I'll just have to be the man in the house till he comes back. What if he never comes back? Oh my God, what if... Nope, I could go down a rabbit hole with this. My dad will come home, everything will be okay. Oh, here's my bus. I'm gonna get a job. Already told you that. Wish me luck.
Okay. All right. Nice work, kids. All right. So this is a very different energy, right? In this piece,
Very.
Really different. Kind of brought some of the energy from the last one into it, so we want to make sure that we really shift that, right? Do you notice what you're doing in the piece at all, like physically and everything? Are you aware of yourself when you're up there? I guess when you're performing.
I think so.
So what were you doing in this?
Fidgeting.
Okay.
No, but that's what I'm doing that not because it's because the character is like nervous.
Okay.
I'm talking about this and you're like, it's kind of like.
Okay. Well, it was a lot with your feet.
Oh.
Is what's happening. Like you weren't settled at all, and that you kept like shifting weights and your feet back and
At the
forth.
beginning that was on purpose, but towards the end that should not have been.
Right. So you just want to be careful because what's happening is the energy that's needed to go out is getting lost down like in your feet, like without the grounding, right? So you want to make sure that we're really channeling that energy. And that energy really just has to be, since this is a serious piece and there's a lot of emotion and imagery that needs to be happening, that's where it's all going to be focused, right? It's got to be coming from that heart space. Yeah. Why, so total stranger, right, at the bus stop that you choose to talk to, why do you choose to talk to reveal all this?
The way I took it is like, it's not really a choice, I guess. I just kind of have to like get it out, and I can't talk to a wall. So it's kind of like the first person I see, it's just like so much stress and emotion. I just have to like get it out somewhere, and that's the first person I happen to see.
Okay.
Random man at a bus stop.
But when we do that also, we're hoping to achieve something. So what is your hopes? What do you want from this stranger?
I guess I'm hoping that he'll say like, oh, like everything will be okay, because at the end I say I could go down like a rabbit hole and like it will get better. And I guess I kind of hope that he'll like say yes, like reassure me.
Okay, so you need reassurance. You're hoping, and you just want him to say it's gonna be okay.
Well, just like reassure me that like my dad will come home and everything will go back to normal, because I need somebody else to say it. I guess I can think it, but I need somebody else kind of to like give an extra push, I guess.
Okay, so just now you got really calmed in the way that you were shifting and you were able to focus it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you need to aim for as well in that piece, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
at the beginning that was intentional, but towards the end should not.
Yeah, I actually want to sit you down for this piece. I want to put you sitting at the bus stop
Oh, okay, so.
and sitting on a bench, because
Oh,
I'd
okay,
like
so-
to see you really just focus.
Wait, so next time could we get like a bench?
Well, even right now, I'm going to have you do it. So grab a chair and bring it up there. And, you're gonna come into the space and be careful in the, so you're, the energy was much, and you're tired, and I can tell, because you were tired a little bit in the last one. So there's a little bit of, you're kind of a little low, right? So, and that energy's coming out also in your volume. So be careful, we've gotta find a way to energize it, right? Because what happened is with the energy being low, I had a hard time hearing you this time, right?
Okay.
Especially with your conversation to the person on the bench. They were kind of like thrown away. I'm gonna get a job, which is very important, right? That's a very important line, and I almost lost it each time you said it. So why do you start out with that line? What's the point to that?
Well, it's just kind of like, it would be weird if I just like randomly launched into, my dad's in the Marines, so I'm just kind of giving him like context, to like kind of like build up to it before I can launch into it.
Okay, and do you imagine your character is the age that you actually are?
Yes, I do.
How big is that somebody your age is gonna go get a job in order to support your family?
Very.
Right? Okay. So that's a big thing, that it's almost like there's a sense of pride in being the man in the house, that I'm gonna get a job, but then there's also like, I'm gonna get a job. Right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Like, can I even do that? How do I even make this happen?
Yeah.
Right? But realize that there's a very real time in our world when boys your age were working and did have jobs. Think of like the newsboys and the things
Like
that
newsies.
So it's very much so that they were men of the house. Like, this is something very, very real, and for somebody of that age to have to take that all on. So careful as you're going through the daily activities of taking out the garbage and whatever. It's like, it's taxing. Like, you want us to feel for this young man who's having to be catapulted into becoming a young man, and all these fears. And so again, I'm going back to, with your one song, one glory, COVID times, right? There's been lots of uncertainty, right? So you kind of have to go down that rabbit hole in order to pull from the emotions and the feelings that this person is having, yeah? So why don't you go ahead and come into the scene. I want you to sit there, because I want to see if you can just really channel and focus on the imagery of what you're seeing. And I don't know if you have anything in your life or know anybody in your life that can relate to this character and what he's going through, or if I've had friends that we've actually lost people to COVID. Do you know what I mean? So you want to kind of think along that, so that and it's hard because this is the type of piece, but we got to go there, right? So we've got to create this world for ourselves, and we might have to go down a little bit of a darker alley, right?
Yeah.
And often we have to do this as an actor, which can be heavy stuff, but when we choose these pieces, we got to go there, right? So go ahead, let's have you just start there, and you're sitting there, and let that anxiousness that was happening with your feet, let it just happen in your body. You see the person sitting next to you, and it's like you're waiting for that bus to come, and do you have to get to an interview in time? And if that bus doesn't get there, you're gonna miss it, and you're not gonna get the job, and then you're not gonna be able to feed the family? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to raise the stakes of what's happening in this moment. Time always has to be working on your character, right? Time has to be sped up in plays, in films. We only get 2 hours to tell the story, right? So this time's gotta be weighing on you as you're sitting on the bus, because it's like, I gotta take care of my family. Like, what if my dad doesn't come back? All this has to be flooding in, right? So use that, and then let's just kind of see what goes in the beginning of this.
Okay, from the beginning?
Yep, let's just give it a shot.
All the way through?
And I might side coach you, I might yell stuff out to you. Don't let it distract you, but use whatever I give you.
Oh, so don't stop. Okay.
Yep. More anxiousness. You're too calm. Too calm. Like, remember what I just said. Like, let all this stuff start flooding in. Like, you're feeling all these things. Like, it has to be like building up in you that I'm gonna tell a stranger my story because I need somebody to talk to, or I'm gonna lose it. right? The cat isn't doing it anymore, right? Okay, so right now, give me some energy. Like, do whatever you gotta do right now to feel it. Like, build up inside, let your feet bounce, whatever it is, kind of like just close your eyes and allow some energy to flow through your body. Feel it going through, start feeling a little bit of that anxiousness until you have to explode and talk to somebody. Yeah?
Hey. I'm waiting for the bus too. I'm gonna get a job today. Well, my dad is somewhere overseas in the Marines, and I'm not sure where, but I think it's somewhere hot. God, I miss him. I miss him a lot. I mean, we used to have a lot of fun, you know, together as a family. I mean, we write him letters now, and sometimes we even get some back, but it takes a long time. I wish I knew when he was coming home. Actually, I wish I knew how long he'd be away, so I knew when he was coming home. Now it's just me and my mom and my little brother Justin, and he's young, and...
Go back again, say that part again about your little brother Justin. You have to raise him.
Oh,
think about that.
Now it's just me and my mom and my little brother Justin.
Think about that, let it weigh in on you.
And he's young, and doesn't know what's going on, and I'm the man of the house.
You said that too easy. Say that again.
You
said it too easy. A man of the house, like that was like no big deal. Now I'm a man of the house. I'm a man of the house at 12, right? So think about that.
And he's young and doesn't know what's going on, and I'm the man of the house. Good Lord, I've never thrown out the garbage so much in my life. I know my mom's worried. I mean, she pretends not to be, and I think it's about money, but I can tell. I see her sitting in front of a stack of letters, and I think they're bills, and I can see how worried she looks.
Really see it. See your mom sitting there. See tears in her eyes.
And I can see how worried she looks. I've got to help. I'd throw out the garbage every day for the rest of my life if I thought that would help. I heard my mom crying last night.
Really hear it?
I guess I'm not a very good man of the house. I mean, I'll have to try harder. The problem is I don't know what that means. I'm just a kid. How am I supposed to be the man of the house?
Okay, let's go ahead and stop there. Every time you say man of the house, it's gotta be different and it's gotta impact you a little bit differently, right?
Okay.
And that word man, like what does that mean to you, right? And think about that. Make sure you see the imagery before you talk about it. Hear your mom crying. See her sit, that's your mom over there, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen your mom cry before? Okay. How does it make you feel? Okay. I need to see that in the character you're playing too, right? So you take what personal stuff that you can and you really want to take that moment. No, I don't think any son wants to see their mom like that, right? You gotta really let it affect you, but you gotta see it before you talk about it, right? Because right now your beats are they're just going, they're just flowing, you're just kind of going through it, and it's really gotta start weighing on you. And it's like, I'm gonna be the man, and I gotta protect my little brother, and then it's like, I can't do this. You know, it's up, down. There's gotta have all these different things that are happening. And again, you're still really even keel, right? So we wanna make sure that you can have that calmness, but that percolating bubble and fire still has to be there. It still has to be underneath that surface, ready to explode so that when it explodes, we all take notice. Yeah? All right, thank you.
Thank you.